Dates.
In the race for the White House, tomorrow is Mega Tuesday with primaries in 5 states, including Ohio. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Colleen Marshall.
And I'm Mike Jackson. By this time tomorrow, we should know who the big winners are in the big delegate-rich states. Presidential hopefuls are making a frantic push for last-minute votes. Just today, 3 candidates made stops here in Ohio.
And according to polls, it is a tight race for the Republicans here. In Florida, Senator Marco Rubio and Ohio Governor John Kasich are hinting they would drop out if they lose their home states. Both are winner-take-all states for Republicans. We begin tonight with NBC4's Candace Lee, who is live in Westerville with Kasich's final message to Ohio voters. Candace?
Yeah, Governor John Kasich told the crowd that gathered at Westerville Central High School that he could think of no better way to celebrate this election eve than here in his hometown of Westerville. His supporters say that he will be victorious here tomorrow and in November. Governor John Kasich took the stage this evening, flanked by his family and former GOP nominee Mitt Romney.
I came here to make it real clear that all of America is watching what Ohio does.
During his roughly 20-minute speech, Governor Kasich promised to fight for jobs and higher salaries.
These problems that we have today, they're serious. I understand them. I grew up in them. Job insecurity, the wages aren't going up. I'm not getting any interest when I put my money in the bank. My kids have a college education and a lot of debt, and they're still living at home. When are they going to get a job? What is happening? We'll fix it.
Austin Cavalencia was one of dozens of young Ohioans who turned out to hear Kasich speak.
He's got great plans as far as economy, jobs, and just wants to take care of this country.
Also in the crowd, Penny Schmittenhenner and Becky Bechtel both agree Kasich is the only Republican candidate qualified to be the next president of the United States.
He has governed really well for over 5 years. So he has the experience, and he's got the qualifications, and he's not afraid to reach across the aisle.
He's what we need. He's a uniter of both parties. He feels both parties are needed to work together to get things done. He's the man that can do it.
You got to get out, pull everybody you know, and give me a vote so I can continue to run for President of the United States. Thank you all very much, and God bless.
And I will be with Governor John Kasich and his supporters tomorrow night at Baldwin Wallace University in Berea. That's near Cleveland, where he will be gathered with his family and, of course, his very close personal friends there watching these election returns come in. Remember, polls open at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow and close at 7:30. Anybody in line will have the opportunity to cast their vote. Reporting live in Westerville, Candace Lee, NBC4.
Thank you so much, Candace. Now, as we have reported, no Republican has ever won the White House without winning Ohio. And once again, Ohio could determine the direction of the GOP race. We repeatedly requested one-on-one interviews with frontrunner Donald Trump. Each time his campaign declined. I did get the chance to talk to Ohio Governor John Kasich tonight. He's feeling confident on election eve.
We need the voters to get out, and I hope they'll reward me for 2 things. One, Ohio's improved, and secondly, I'm not wrestling in the mud with anybody. So we need to send a message that, be positive and we'll give you a reward.
To this point, wrestling in the mud has worked out very well for Donald Trump because it looks as if every interview he gets attention for what he's doing. At what point?
His negatives are very, very high. And, I think people are realizing he's created a very toxic atmosphere. That's where you're seeing people slug one another. Look, I think the people of this state understand that we have to solve problems together. Dividing, name-calling, that's just not the way to go, and that's why I feel so good about not only my record, but when they see the differences, I think we'll be fine.
Governor Kasich says he left it all on the field. He has no regrets about the way he's carried out the campaign so far. And even though he is the 4th in the delegate count, he says there are more than 1,000 delegates still up for grabs.